Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lana, and today we are talking about money habits that you can and should start today. If you want to improve your financial future and you need some concrete ways to begin doing that, this video is for you. If this is your first time on my channel or your 30th time on my channel, welcome. I make videos simplifying money and home because I want to empower you to take charge of your financial life. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my future uploads. And with that, let's get started. The first money habit that you should start today is saving at least 10% of your income. If you've never saved money before, this is just an easy round number that's easy to calculate. You get $100, you save $10. You don't have to spend all day trying to figure out how much money you should be saving or anything like that. You're just starting a habit of putting a little bit of money into your savings account or having an automatic withdrawal or something like that, so that you are putting money aside. Of course, maybe later you will be inspired to become a super saver and save more than 10% of your income, but 10% is a great way to start saving and totally doable. Saving money is not a 0 to 60 in 3 seconds sort of thing. It's a process, and this is a great place to start. Save 10% of every dollar that you make so that you can further your financial dreams. The next money habit that you need in your life is to track your money. And this does not have to be a fancy budget or a fancy Excel spreadsheet if you don't want it to be. It could be a piece of paper, or it could be an app. So there's great apps out there like You Need a Budget app, and maybe that's the kind of money tracking that really works for what you're really like. So if you are not 100% pleased with how your money life is going and you want to improve it, you must track it. So I always tell people, you can't fix what you're not tracking. So in essence, you can't get better with your money if you don't know what's happening with it. So the first step would just be to figure out where it's going and what it's doing. I'm just imagining 20 preschoolers being let loose on a pumpkin patch. And that's your money when you're not tracking your money. It's just doing whatever it wants. So you can't improve or fix if you're not tracking it. So the first step is to track it. And this doesn't mean you need to judge yourself about how it's going. It just means that you know what's happening. The next money habit that you need is planning to make your money last for the month. So if you have decided that you have a $400 food budget for the month, then you want to take steps to make sure that that food budget actually lasts for your whole month. So if you're planning on spending that $400, you know that you have $100 every week. You broke down your money goal. So on week 1, you have $100 and you don't spend more than that. And then week 2, you're doing the same thing. So that means by the time you get to week 4, at the end of the month, you still have $100 to spend on food. So you're not running out of things or having a big shopping spree at the beginning of the month and imagining that it's just gonna last all month. You divided the money up so that it will actually last, so that that last week of the month you can still eat well and eat real food and not have to eat cereal for every meal. The next habit is to learn about money. So if you need ideas for resources or books or YouTube channels or things like that, I made a whole video with all of those resources in them, so you can go check that out if you need resources. But really, the best way to learn about money is to follow your interests and to learn about money in the way that you are interested in learning about money. So if you hate reading books, maybe you can listen to an audiobook, or maybe you can watch a YouTube video, or maybe you're interested in learning about credit cards, and so then you watch a bunch of Graham Stephan's credit card videos. You're learning more about money just by interacting with topics that are surrounding money, but it's not like you need to go buy an economics textbook and start a very serious study about money. Our Rich Journey also has tons of really fun videos about how they reached financial independence, and often there are a lot of stories in there, but you can still learn about money through other people's stories, watching how they handled their money to decide if that's something that you're interested in. The next money habit that you need in your life is to know what you are paying for things. So this doesn't have to be fancy. You could just be writing this down on a blank piece of paper. So this is like, how much am I paying for car insurance? How much am I paying for my phone bill? What is my interest rate on my credit card bill? What is my interest rate on my student loans? Stuff like this. Just knowing these things can help you as you look around at other prices. You don't know if you're getting a terrible deal on your car insurance if you don't know how much you're paying for it. So kind of the step beyond knowing what you're paying for things is this actually a good deal, and could I get it for less somewhere else? So we definitely shop around for car insurance almost every single year, and the only way to actually know if you're getting a good deal is by knowing how much you are paying and then figuring out what other people could offer you. This definitely keeps us from spending more money on things that are not fun but we need to have, like car insurance, but we are spending the absolute minimum amount of money on that because we know how much it costs and we know what the other options would be. Knowing what interest rates you have on any loans that you have is also super useful if you decide that it would be a better idea to pay off a certain loan first because the interest is just so obnoxiously high, or perhaps refinance that. You can figure all those things out and make those decisions if you actually know your numbers. The next money habit that you need is noticing prices. So this sounds similar to the last one, but it's a little bit different. It's noticing the prices of things that you buy every day. So you're noticing how much does gas cost? How much does cheese cost? How much do eggs normally cost? And I know some people go extreme with this and they're writing things down about how much things are costing, but this doesn't have to be super elaborate. It's just good to be aware of how much things cost, because this enables you to make different purchasing decisions based off what things actually cost as opposed to, oh, it's on sale or whatever it is, because sometimes on sale is not actually cheaper. And sometimes on sale at one store is more expensive than the regular price at a different store. But if you have no familiarity with what things normally cost, you won't know if you're getting a good deal. So if you knew that you were at Fred Meyer the other day and you bought Fiji apples for $2 a pound, and then you go to your farmer's market and somebody's selling them for $1 a pound, you notice that and you know that getting the Fiji apples at the farmer's market on that day, you know that it would be way more economical. This also means you can get super aware of what things are a super good deal when they are a good deal. So my husband and my son like Tillamook cheese, and Tillamook cheese is always super expensive. So it's about $8 or $9 a loaf. So if I go to the store and there's a sale and suddenly it's $6 a loaf, I know that that's actually a good deal and that maybe we should get two. And that could actually save us a lot of money if we would actually eat that cheese, which of course we would. So noticing those actual prices will also help you from falling for those sales. They say original $10 and then they mark it down to $9. If that was what they did with the cheese, I would know that that's normal pricing and they're just trying to make it look like it's a sale so that I'm more likely to buy it, but it's actually a regular price and I'm not getting a deal at all. The next money habit that you need is to look for errors in your statements. So your bank statement and your credit card statement and whatever other statements you may have, you are looking through those, making sure that you actually purchased those things and nobody bought Sounders tickets with your card like they did with us. And the earlier you can catch these things, the better, and then you can report them and get them off your account and get the money back. Our credit card companies seem to be really awesome at flagging any fraud that could be happening because the credit card company is very invested in that. We haven't had an episode like that in a long time, but part of you being the boss of your money is knowing what you spent it on and making sure that that information is accurately represented in your statement. So this doesn't need to happen super often, but just often enough that you could catch anything that looks a little funky, or notice a subscription that you didn't remember that you were paying for that you need to cancel, or that the Audible membership that you had, they charged you for an extra month without your authorization. So you're just keeping tabs on that so that you don't lose any unnecessary money. Let YouTube know that this was a useful video by clicking that little thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my future uploads. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.